There is a ton of opportunity out there for good copywriters. There's just an abundance of opportunity for good copywriters. Now, I know as I say that, it's going to trigger an objection from some subscribers. Like, hey, Roy, like, I don't see the opportunity. The opportunity's not coming to me. I'm not getting rich off copywriting yet. I can't get clients. I haven't gotten my first client. I know that all those objections are out there. But listen, there is a ton of opportunity for good copywriters. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's episode. Sound good? These are the proven direct response marketing, copywriting, and entrepreneurship success strategies you can use today to write your own ticket and create the life you want. I am Roy Furr, and this is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Now, here's today's breakthrough. All right, before we dive into today's episode topic, reminder, as every day, today's episode is sponsored by me. Specifically, I've been talking about this for a couple days. I have a free web class coming up on Thursday, the 24th of February, 2022 at 2 p.m. It's an action plan for getting copywriting clients. An action plan for getting copywriting clients. Check the link in the description. It takes you to btms.net/copyclients, btms.net/copyclients, and you can sign up there if you catch it before the web class airs. And don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe, do everything you can to engage with this episode so that you get more content like this delivered to you. And don't forget, there are links in the description that you can check out if you want more from me. Okay, so there's a ton of opportunity for copywriters. There's just a ton. The one major stipulation here is good copywriters with a demonstrable copywriting skill as a good copywriter. That said, even if you are a good copywriter and you put out a shingle that says, I'm a copywriter, you may not have a ton of work flooding to you. So I want to talk about all of this today and kind of, swirl around it until we get to this idea that, hey, there are a bunch of businesses out there who want copywriters, and they need copywriters. They need you as a copywriter, and they're willing to pay you to write copy for them. So how do you do, like, what's going on here? First things first, I am reminded of a quote from Ken McCarthy, who was like the OG of internet marketing. It is the OG of internet marketing, still around. He, for 10 years, taught the System Seminar, put together the System Seminar, which pretty much all of today's like online marketing, internet marketing experts who have some kind of connection back to the System Seminar. Like, they're learning from students, like multiple generations of students of Ken. But Ken's quote was that the internet is like the world's cheapest post office hooked up to an infinite printing press. So it's, he came up in marketing in the direct mail days. So this, had more relevance to him than those of you who came up in like the Facebook days or MySpace days or whatever. But an infinite printing press, meaning there's no limitation on a web page to, you have to, fit it in 8 pages or 16 pages or 32 pages or all the constraints of a printing press. Your emails can be long or short, and you can send a bunch of emails. The world's cheapest post office, you have to pay for hosting, and you have to pay for bandwidth, and you have to pay for like your email service provider platform. But hello, that stuff is so much cheaper than like a buck per piece mailed for the classic direct mail people who were having to succeed in copywriting when it cost $1 or more to get that mail piece in an individual's mailbox. And in the context of this, there's more content and marketing being created every minute of the day than ever before. It's just like this infinite, unlimited amount of content being created. Now, a lot of that content is being created by individuals, like social media, right? That's what it is. It's also being created by companies and brands that are looking to drive actions with that content. And specifically, if we're talking about driving actions with that content, that means there's more copy being created than ever before. And businesses, you could call them clients or potential clients, need more words than ever before in the form of, ads and posts and sales pages and product descriptions and emails and, scripts and all of this stuff, right? All of these businesses need more content than ever before. It's like a daily grind to put out all of this content, all of these words. There's a big challenge though. In my notes here, I have baby can't eat words. Baby can't eat words. So, if you're trying to put food on the table and you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, you don't immediately think, my business needs more words in order for my family to have food. You don't think that. Words don't pay the bills. Words don't pay the bills, and writing doesn't pay the bills for a business. Just putting out words is not what businesses want to do. Which brings me to a concept that I've taught for a few years, the WWFF fallacy. Will write for food. So many copywriters, when they get into writing and copywriting, a lot of us come from at least somewhat of a writing background. That's what appealed to us about copywriting. And so we hear that, we can get paid to write. And we then make an offer to clients. Hey, do you have writing that you need to have done? I can do your writing. And it's going to be awesome. You're going to pay me and I'll write for you, right? And basically you're holding up a sign that says, we'll write for food. But if words don't pay the bills and baby can't eat words, and the client is not like waking up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night thinking, I need more words for my business, who's going to give me more words? Then it's going to be hard to sell your services if that's not what they want. If that's not what they are like itching to get in their business. Because if in their business, they're not waking up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night saying, I need more words, then they're not going to put a large amount of value on words. And by extension, for most businesses, they won't put a lot of value on copywriting. In fact, oftentimes, it's not even well understood. Like, we know what copywriters are, right? But the first thing that most people think of when they hear copywriting is like that little C in a circle that says that this book is copyright, this music is copyright, this movie is copyright, which is not the same thing at all, right? So that's what most people think of. And if you have to tell them in the first place what you do when you say, I'm a copywriter, you're starting off on the wrong foot there. So the key, and I'm going to go a lot deeper into this in my web class, an action plan for getting copywriting clients. The key, first and foremost, is to be selling the right kind of copy. And the right kind of copy is not about giving the client more words. The right kind of copy is about giving the client results. Specifically, your potential client does wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night if they're not getting enough leads, enough customers, enough sales, enough profits. If they're struggling to make payroll because they don't have a reliable, consistent way of making enough sales every month, that's going to be something that is going to agitate them severely. And if you say, I will help you make sales, as opposed to, I will write words for you, you can see, I am sure, how that message, that slight variation in what you were promising, and the delivery is largely the same, but that slight variation in what you were promising is going to be much more appealing to that potential client who woke up in the middle of the night last night saying, how are we going to make enough sales before the end of the month so that I can make sure that I make payroll and I'm peeling off enough profit out of my business to stay happy at home too, right? So the right kind of copy, I'll go into more detail, but the right kind of copy is copy that gets results. It generates leads, customers, sales, and profits. And it actually becomes easy to sell. I have this phrase that I picked up from Dan Kennedy: buying money at a discount. One of the reasons that I love to sell ROI-oriented products, like return on investment-oriented products, and that includes copywriting services. It includes, training on how to be more successful as a copywriter or marketer. It includes the investment stuff that I've sold for years. It includes like all this stuff, right? One of the reasons that I love it is because you are essentially giving people the opportunity to buy money at a discount. So if I invest XYZ today, if I invest X today, I'm going to get 10X in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, whatever. Like if I believe that in hiring you as a copywriter, I'm going to be able to write you a check for $10,000. And as a result, $50,000, $100,000 is going to show up. Then suddenly, like, that is something that is exciting to me, right? And it's something that's a no-brainer investment, because I'm not thinking, how expensive is this per word? I'm thinking, I'm spending $10,000 to get $100,000. How often can we do this, right? I mean, come on. So the right kind of copy generates results and is like buying money at a discount. And with regards to this, or connected to this, one of the major fallacies of entrepreneurship is we often want to sell people what we want to sell them. And I'm guilty of this too, all the time. I'm guilty of this too. I want to sell you what's best for you. And yet, the most successful offers, the most successful products, the most successful services sell people what they are already buying. They sell people what they are already buying. And my mind here, like connecting some dots, immediately goes to, okay, but what about the iPod? There was no such thing. Like, okay, I guess there were some MP3 players and stuff. People had been buying portable music for a long time. The distinction was 10,000 songs in your pocket. So suddenly it's just a way more portable. It is a 10 times better, 100 times better, 1,000 times better version of portable music. And so Apple sold them what they're buying. The iPhone was the same thing. People were buying computers and phones, and they were buying access to the internet and access to communication, and the iPhone just compressed all of that into a single touch screen with a button at the bottom, right? Selling people what they're buying. In the context of selling copywriting services, almost every business is currently buying leads, customers, sales, and profits. They may be, like, if it's a solo business, they may be buying it with their time. They may be investing their time to get leads, to get customers, get sales, get profits. Otherwise, they're investing in payroll for a sales team. They're investing in marketing. They're investing in paid advertising. So they're buying leads, customers, sales, and profits. There's very, very, very few business. I can't even imagine a business that actually generates sales with any regularity that is not actively buying through money or other resources, leads, customers, sales, and profits. And so if you're able to sell them leads, customers, sales, and profits, then they are going to be predisposed to wanting to do business with you. Now, alternatively, some do buy copywriters. Some are buying copywriters. They are hiring people who call themselves copywriters. And what that usually represents is inside a much smaller segment of the total business audience, there are businesses that use copywriter as shorthand for somebody who understands how to write words that generate leads, customers, sales, and profits. And so, perhaps your version, and for me, for many years, like my version of selling my copywriting services was calling myself a copywriter, because I was selling to those businesses who hired copywriters on the understanding that a good copywriter knew how to generate leads, customers, sales, and profits. I recently spoke with someone who wasn't necessarily going after those businesses, who had more of a background in paid traffic. And he specifically chose to target people advertising on a certain platform and said, I'll write these ads for you. And I have this background, I have this understanding of how to write these ads that actually generate clicks and conversions. And so what those people were buying was not necessarily a copywriter, even though if you tried to fit it under a category, the skill that he was practicing and the deliverables that he was doing was copywriting, right? But when it came down to it, he didn't sell himself as a copywriter. He said, you're running these ads, I can write more of these ads that are going to get clicks and conversions. And so he sold them what they were buying. And so the title of this episode is Copywriters Wanted. And I did that on purpose to evoke this help wanted idea, right? That copywriters, we're looking to hire copywriters, right? If a business actually is putting up job postings that say Copywriters Wanted, if they have a history of hiring people under the title of copywriter, either as staff or as freelancers, then that's what you can sell them. You sell them copywriting. If not, the question is, what are they buying? What are they actively buying? And if you can find out what they're buying and you can find a way to package and present your services as a copywriter or someone who writes copy to them in the context of what they are already buying, you will likely find it's so much easier to get them to give you money. And that's what I have for you today. Don't forget to check out the link in the description to an action plan for getting copywriting clients. If you are catching this episode as it goes live, it's tomorrow, February 24th, 2022 at 2 p.m. That's when the live web class will be. Again, that's at btms.net/copyclients. btms.net/copyclients. Link is in the description. And I'm Roy Furr. This is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets, always aiming to increase your marketing genius one episode at a time. And if you really have listened carefully throughout this episode, you will probably realize that there are so many applications beyond selling copywriting services where it would be worth paying attention to what people are actually buying. And if you think about that, if you really think about that in the context of your offers, your products, your services, your business, your market, it's likely that you are going to level up your marketing genius about 10 or 100 notches. All right. With that, I will catch you again in the next episode. See you soon. Bye. Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.